Champions, and Marcel, who is one of the 2 champions who has made this week possible, this great SAP Intelligent RPA online track session week possible. The SAP Champions are the role models within the SAP community, providing. I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm hearing background noise. Anybody else getting that? I apologize for that. I think I had my YouTube channel open and it was playing at the same time, so it was. I do apologize. Just one second. Okay, I'll try that again. So again, I was saying that the SAP Champions are the role models within the SAP community, and Marcel's one of them. I encourage you all to get to know the SAP Champions better. You can go to community.sap.com and check out.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was getting a lot of background noise for some reason. I'll just wrap up very quickly because I don't want to waste any more time. But I was just going to say I encourage you all to get to know the champions better. You can go to community.sap.com and look at the program section along the top. Go to the influencers area. I had a great interview with Marcel. You can go into the spotlight interviews and check that out. Also, a lot of great additional content if you're looking to learn more around the topic of SAP Intelligent RPA. We have a topic page dedicated to that. Again, if you're looking at my slide, you can see that. You can also see that we have a questions and answers area and a blog post area. And again, apologize for the technical difficulties there. Always one of the possible problems that occur when you're doing these types of live streams, but I'll hand things over to Marcel so we can kick things off properly. And thanks for your time.
Thank you, Jerry, for your message. Please, Anibal, you can share the screen. You can start the presentation. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you. So let's get started. My name is Anibal. Okay, I have Fernando here with me.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, hello, Fernando. Fernando helped me to prepare this presentation here. And we also worked together with a specific text-to-speech tool that is also part of hyperautomation. We'll talk more about that. And we created a friend that I would like to invite here to join with us. His name is Hannibal. Okay, he's a presenter robot. He's a presenter bot. So, hey, Hannibal, can you introduce yourself here?
Hello, everyone. My name is Anibal. I'm a presenter robot of Anibal Freitas. I'm a SAP specialist at Prime Control. We are an SAP partner focused on testing services and RPA solutions. Today, we are going to talk about 5 key tips for business hyperautomation with RPA and SAP.
Okay, Hannibal, thanks for your support. Hey, Hannibal, can you also present to us the agenda for today?
Okay, Anibal, but please don't ask me to do all the presentation for you, okay?
Oh, okay. Just this slide, okay?
So, starting with our agenda, which covers 5 main topics: transformation chain, hyperautomation, 5 key tips to implement a hyperautomation strategy for business, sharing experience with RPA, and finally, I will share further information for who wants to learn more.
Okay, Hannibal, thank you very much again. So guys, let's start talking about the transformation chain, okay? So usually we talk about digital transformation. So it's important to understand also 2 other topics here, okay? What is the business transformation that impacts our strategies for digital, okay? And also more than that, we need to understand about people, okay? Because if we're talking about bots to automate things that the human beings execute, so it's more than important to understand how people, the behavior of these people, how we could create innovation with bots to support the humans with their tasks. Okay. So, do you understand what is people transformation? What we understand on our side here that we'd like to share with you is that this is something that is becoming extremely important for us, for IT professionals, okay? Because we really understand, again, there's no way to create really intelligent bots to perform human tasks or to take decisions if you don't know about people. You don't know how people think, how they prefer to execute, how they want a bot to help and support them, okay? Also, we are seeing that technology is increasingly accessible. Okay, everyone has a mobile phone or access to the internet, and it's part of our daily life. So we see that people is becoming more and more demanding by cutting edge technology. Okay, they want the best. That's something that is simple. Sometimes it's not enough anymore. Okay, and there is no way back. So business people already discovered the power of the bots. Now they are not asking us just to, hey, I want to have a solution, I have to have a partner or an interface. No, they want a bot to automate. Let me record how I execute my process here, and then you IT guys can automate for me, delivering bots for me. Okay, so I'm facing this kind of reality on the organizations that we are on a daily basis. Okay. Okay, and how business transformation is happening? Okay, we are mentioning 4 topics here. ESG factors, so environment, social, and governance are getting more and more attention for all the people involved on that. So shareholders, executives, employees, and also customers and vendors. Okay. It's not a surprise for no one here that COVID-19 is forcing different type of business to go in digital faster. The supply chain flows are changing. Okay, we also have a big wave of different type of delivery, new ways to buy, and are raising as well. So we need to pay attention on that. And also we see that digital companies, the economy of scale is very, very important to beat the local and also the global competition. Okay, just to remember, I don't know if you are part of that, but SAP released a recent campaign. It's called Rise with SAP, which is based on a business transformation as a service approach. Okay, I suggest you to take a look better on that. Okay. Okay, Anibal, good. What about digital transformation? 3 points here. So we see that we have a best of breed trend. What it means? So using the best software to each specific business domain, it's becoming a strategic and important factor, you know. So because to beat the competition, to be better, to have a better process, intelligent and automated, if you don't use the best tool for each domain, maybe you'll not be successful enough. Okay, so and we understand that business bots created with RPA technologies are key elements to accelerate this type of innovation, you know. So now RPA is a new type of technology that combine other things. We are talking more better about that in the next slide. So this is something that we are seeing. Okay, generic, no more space for generic players, generic solutions, generic technologies. Also, paper not use is something that we are not seeing room anymore. Okay, because paying to have a big infrastructure, to pay software that you have thousands of features, but you use only 1 or 2 is something that is not acceptable for business anymore. You know, it does not make sense in the economic point of view. Okay, so you need to run software as a service, to pay only for the services that you are using. Okay, and the last topic here, we say the path of hyperautomation. We see that only automation is not something new. Okay, I don't know if you have infrastructure guys here, but you can create good automation scripts with PowerShell, you know, some things related to the operational system points. We also had some development and other techniques to automate things, but What is important here to understand is that automating only technical and repetitive tasks are not enough anymore. So we need to add intelligence. We need to add more, okay? Okay, Anibal, so what is hyperautomation? I don't know what it means yet. So first point, it's part of the top 10 strategic technology trends of Gartner, okay, of the last year, 2020, and also this year, is the idea, hyperautomation is the idea that anything that you can have can be automated, you should automate it, okay? So the idea let's start manually and then we can automate on the next in the future. So if you have technologies now, if the integration is more powerful now, why you let for the future? It doesn't make sense. So start automating, okay? It's better, and the cost benefits is better. So this is a different type of thinking about when you work with automation, okay? Hyperautomation combines several technologies. RPA is one of them, but we also have others, okay? So I like this picture here. This is from Gartner, okay? Why they mention the path to hyperautomation? Because you can start simple, okay, with task automation or event processing, and you can add some workflow, some conversational UX, and also machine learning, deep learning, AI services, everything that you can have a full automation. That is we call hyperautomation, okay? And the idea is to have a unified and end-to-end experience here to be agile and adaptable, okay? So big projects, months and months to create a big automation. When you finish the project, the technology changes. So we need to have small sprints to add value to the business with small enhancements that we can improve the automation of all business processes for different areas, for finance, for logistics, for human capital management, okay, for production. So we have a lot of situations, a lot of use cases that we can explore, okay? Okay, Anibal, and what SAP is offering for hyperautomation, okay? Intelligent RPA, as I mentioned, is one part of the game here, okay? But we have others. We have, it's very important to have a strong platform to run the bots, because bots should run on 24 hours per 7 days, okay? They can't stop. They can execute things no matter time that you schedule to run, okay? So if you don't have a robust platform, you will not be successful as well. So BTP, now the former name was SAP Cloud Platform, now it's Business Technology Platform, so it's the same. Is one important component of the suite of the solutions. We also have conversational AI that is very powerful for chatbot, okay, for specific type of bots. We have AI business services. We have SAP Leonardo. We have a specific methodology now for integration for SAP. We have Activate. We have other methodologies, we know, but we have a specific one for integration, and integration is very important for RPA domain, because the idea is to integrate a lot of different solutions, a lot of different technologies, cloud, devices, all the stuff that you can use to run an end-to-end automation for your business, okay? And also the text-to-speech that we mentioned in the beginning with our friend Anibal, okay, the presenter bot, is part of that. So Fernando and I had a good experience how to interact with these tools, how to talk with the bot, because man, it was very difficult to teach the bot here to say my name correctly. Imagine say Anibal Freitas, so it's very complicated. But in the end, we have some different type of writing, then we are able to speak my name correctly. Okay, that was a good experience. Okay, Anibal, and so you mentioned that you have 5 key tips to implement a hyperautomation strategy. So let's take a look on that, okay, for business. Tip number 1, Follow bot by design principles. What is that? I'm not, creating something very different or mentioning something very different. So it's an approach inspired on other success models that innovated, bringing things that usually we left for later to the beginning of the process. Okay. For instance, we have the test-driven development. It's a good example. I like too much about that because you start your approach thinking about test, thinking about what is the final deliverable. Okay, mobile first instead of designing things first on the web and then later let's understand how it fits for mobile. No, it doesn't make sense. People want to use first on the mobile, so you need to design thinking on mobile. Secure as well, because we have here in Brazil we have LGPD, so it's similar to GPDR of Europe, that is focused on ISO 27001, focus on security. And man, we cannot anymore, when you talk about development, when you talk about different things, let's design first the business, think about performance, and forget to think about security. You need to be secure since the beginning. So the bot is the same. So I read an article from SAP community here. It's from our colleague Fausto, and I liked a suggestion that he did about to SAP to include on the SAP Activate methodology a step on the first phase, so explore phase or discovery, to take a look, explicit step to take a look on the bots that are ready to use on the bot store of SAP, or no matter other bot stores. And then you can prepare your design, your fit gap analysis, and consider this type of bot, not think later. So this is a very important point. For me, it's the best one to follow a bot by design principle to start from beginning, okay? Again, let's start manually and gradually automate. Doesn't make sense anymore. Another important tip here is that to understand if it makes sense to automate with bots or any kind of automation technique, it's important to understand the volume of data and also the frequency of the process execution. Okay, if it's relevant, it doesn't. It's not necessary to be high volume or high frequency. So if it's medium, you can bot now. You can apply a bot for that. Additionally, deep knowledge of business rules is essential. Okay. I believe that it's not possible to create amazing bots only with high-tech skills. Okay, so understanding machine learning, understanding RPA, understanding the tools, understanding automation, understanding technology is important, yes. But if you don't understand a lot about finance, about logistics, about human resource, you will not win. Okay, you will not be able to create good things. So the final one, I put the link here about the article that I mentioned to include specific steps on your methodology. Remember that about when you are working in your projects, okay? I think it will be useful for you. Good. Tip number 2, explore the high potential of bot stores, okay? Why develop a new bots from scratch if you may find ready to use on bot stores? Right? So we have SAP Intelligent RPA store. We also have SAP store that it's maybe you already know. And you can create or customize your own bots to publish them on bot stores. You can try for free. Okay, that's very good. Fernando will show on the next slides, next moment, a demo that we have created with RPA. So you can easily create this very quick. Our experience was very fast to create a trial account on SAP BTP and also create a simple automation with RPI. You can install the agent in your machine and run. So I was able to run on my machine here as well. So it's very interesting. Okay. And remember that we have best practice of SAP for a lot of things on the IRP for S/4HANA, and we also have that for intelligent RPA. Okay. Good. Tip number 3. We mentioned that hyperautomation have a lot of different technologies, but we need to choose one to get started. And we suggest to get started with RPA. So RPA is a very good SAP Intelligent RPA is a very good low-code design studio. Okay. We also have a desktop and also have a cloud one. Our colleague Peter and also showed yesterday on a demo session, which was very good, how we can use the cloud studio from Intelligent RPA, and it's very intuitive. You know, the user experience is very easy to use. So I suggest you to get started with that. Okay. Additionally, it's important to explore use case for different type of business, both for attended and also for unattended bots, because you may face these both situations. Okay. What is attended bot? Remember, attended is first speaking about unattended. Unattended is a full automation bot. Okay. You don't have human interactions with the automation. Okay. You run a bot and the bot will do everything for you. Attended bot, maybe you want to have a bot that will support you, but some type of steps, some type of decision points, you want a human being to choose or to decide. So this is the attended bot. Okay. So explore both. Maybe you'll be, I believe you'll be well prepared for the situations that you may face on your jobs. Okay. Don't forget about reporting. Yeah, so automate is good, but to see what the bots are doing, the issue log, it's also very important. Okay, so don't forget about tracking. Don't forget about bot dashboarding. So it's really important. What else? Give preference to automate with APIs. Okay, we know that APR have a lot of different ways to automate RPA. And what is different here is different from what we usually do in automation with development, with programming language, with web services, or is that the RPA technology empowers you to read, insert data, or also click on buttons directly on screen. So that I had some good experience recently that I have a vendor of a financial vendor of software. And we had a specific information. They only have API for one scenario. We asked them to customize, to create a specific function, a specific feature for us, and they are not able to provide that, or maybe you have a situation where the cost to customize, to have a custom developer is very high. And it was a cloud solution, so we didn't have access to the database to get information from the database tables. So what we did, so let's create a robot. We created a bot to get the information from the screen. We were able we called the key user to explain, please execute for us. We recorded the session, and then we developed a bot to integrate the data that we need. And in the end, the key user was very happy with the solution. Okay, so if you could wait for the roadmap of the vendor, if you could wait to develop new APIs or new things, or RFC on SAP, or different ways that we have to have integration, we are not able to meet the needs of the business. Okay. And what is interesting for RPA as well is that you can learn new automation techniques, right? So can you imagine to ask an ABAP developer to develop something to get information from a website and pass by captchas or recaptchas? I had the opportunity to talk with a colleague here, ABAP consultant, and hey, how can I do that? So with RPA is possible. We have some technologies for that. We have some components for that. And again, imagine instead of spending hours and hours to understand the process, to understand how the users execute the things, if you could just ask, hey, user, please record what you do in the system. okay? And then it can automatically creates a script for you for the automation, and you can just have some fine tuning. So man, it is incredible. You can imagine the how we can save time with this kind of new techniques. Okay, so this is an interesting point as well. Tip number 4, make sure you run bots with a robust and scalable architecture. We talked about that in the previous slide, right? So high availability of infrastructure, it's very, very important for bot processing because bots cannot stop. Flexibility is also an important wish point because we may probably face heterogeneous scenarios when you need to run an attendant bots. We need to have some outscaling because it doesn't make sense. Remember about the pay-per-use? It doesn't make sense to have a big infrastructure if you have only in a specific moment of the month or the year, you have a high performance, a high demanding, you know? So you need to have a platform for that. So I don't want to spend my time, oh, it's enough or not. So we need to add more memory, more processing and CPU or not. So if you have a platform that you can do this for you, so it's important for bots. Development of extensions, okay, we have, it's important to have ready to use bots, like we mentioned on tip number 2, about the powerful of bot stores, but of course, it's important to have options to customize, to extend, to develop a new feature, to integrate, you know. So you need to have a good platform for that as well. And also, we need to be, we need to take consideration about security and also the analytics features. Again, different scenarios, different cloud platforms, technologies, network protocols, different type of devices. So it's important to understand all the landscape that you want to automate, and the more you understand this different type of products, solutions, technologies, the more you'll be able to provide a full end-to-end automation for your customer. Okay. Last tip here, tip number 5. Focus on best of breed, okay, when choosing solutions and business partners, okay? So it's not, we have some specific, remember when I mentioned how to get information from a website to pass, to interact with a CAPTCHA or CAPTCHA. So it's not trivial, it's not a usual thing, you know, so we need to have expert for that. It's not working with SAP, it's important, but you need to understand all the satellite solutions that we have around. So, and how can you interact with that? It's important to have someone that needs to understand all this difference. So that's why it's important to have experts on that. Okay, that's our tip here, suggestion. There's no silver bullet. There's no way to have one specific solution or vendor to, I will be able to solve all your problems with one. No, it's not possible. If someone says something about that for you, so you can please, it's better to understand better, okay? Mix of subscription model, pay-per-use, and also open source is the path for a good cost, benefit, risk, and ROI analysis, okay? For instance, the SAP Intelligent RPA, sorry, you can have a subscription model, have 2 different ways to buy it, to subscribe, right? So it's important to understand what is the best for you for each specific domain, okay? We already talked about that, so choose the best platform and vendor for each specific domain, right? Otherwise, we're not able to deliver innovation in a timely manner, because if a company is a specialist, they will better to provide new functionality, new things, new integration points than a more generic player. And also remember that SAP has also other good tools you can use with no additional license cost for automation. Okay, this is important as well. For instance, I like this example here. solution manager has a specific tool on the test suite module that is CBTA, okay, component-based test automation. That is a good tool for automating testing, okay, specific for testing. So if you have on your SAP landscape, on your solution manager, no additional license cost and specific for testing, why you start to create a new bot just for execute tests for your users? So it doesn't make sense. Use the specific one, okay? And also SAP, it's important. SAP is becoming a company that is using more and more than partners of the market technologies, open technologies, right? So we have that on SAP Wi-Fi, we have that on the cloud platform as well. And here for bot as well, we have some specific technology and solutions if you want to combine, okay, with intelligent RPA. So robot framework is a very good one. We have experience to use that. Python language as well. It's important programming language that you can use if you have for SMB, small and medium business scenarios where open source fits, okay? Even for a large enterprise, okay? But for SMB, it's more important than, okay? Good, Anibal. Okay, I think I was able to clarify the 5 tips for you. Now, what we want here to share some experience that we have with RPA for you, okay? First, for SAP, we can find a lot of cases, a lot of on the website. So different companies, different type of industries, and also it's important to see the benefits, okay, and the numbers of the how the automation improved the process, how fast was to create and to deliver this automation. Okay, we have a very good examples. Okay, I just picked some for you here. Okay. We also have a very good tool to create our own business case. Okay, because in your job, in your company, you need to explain to your director, to your business leader, why it's important to invest on RPA. So SAP prepared, we have a link here of 7 steps that you can follow to support you, to help you to prepare your business case, okay, to justify the investment. Just show to you some bots that we have about areas that you can apply RPA. Some bots that we have the experience here at Prime Control, okay, here in Brazil to create. We have created a lot of bots here for SAP and also for non-SAP solutions. On a finance perspective, we have some for a specific type of tax here in Brazil, like the IPTU, okay. We also have some for invoice, okay, for big and middle, okay. We also have as well for non-fiscal services, using OCR as well. So again, OCR is another technology that you can use to read information from paper. You know, so again, hyperautomation combines a lot of different technology. You need to be very good with technology because, man, we need to face some high-tech points. And also to have a very end-to-end view about business, about process to automate since the beginning, since the first step of the process on, for instance, on sales or procurement, and then you can go to finance, to tax, controlling all the areas that are involved on an end-to-end process. Okay. Human resource as well. We have created one for human resource, for benefits, you know, for onboarding, for matching. Okay. Recruitment is a very good area as well to apply bots. Okay. We also have created some for logistics. We also had for marketing. For insurance companies, talking about specific for industry, so the insurance company is a very good industry to apply bots as well, because we have a lot of, you know, repetitive process, you know, so it's something that I suggest you to pay attention. Okay. Now, additionally, we had a good experience to create here in Brazil our own bot store in Prime Control. The focus is to provide bot specific for Brazil here. So the name is Prime Robot. So if you want to know a little bit, we have a link here, and please let me know if you want to create something. So it would be a pleasure for us to share how are the challenges, how are the experience that we have about that. Okay. Good. Now I will ask Fernando here to share his screen. It's important to understand the concepts. It's important to understand the theory, but more than that, it's important to have a practical approach here. So let's see how the intelligent RPA works. Okay, Fernando, please, can you share a screen? Enter on the BTP.
All right. Thank you, Anibal. Well, we made a very simple bot just to demonstrate RPA work. Our bot just open Excel, open this workbook here, and find for a non-confirming line and show us that lines. So let's see how we made it. It's very easy to make a bot here in RPA. We just have to drag and drop the activities that we have here, and then put them on a sequence that makes sense to make it work. Well, let's see this one. We put first the first activity we used was to open Excel. Then we used to open workbook. We put the path here. Where is the workbook? Then we chose the worksheets. Then we get the values, put in the range here that we want. And then we use a for each here to get all the values that is there. And then for each value, we made a look for a condition here. If the column is like to no, we show a message. All right. Let's just put it here. All right. Now let's just close this. Then we write to 11. All right. Let's show how it works. To the environment. To open Excel, show me the line where there is no here. Show all the lines, another line. And then it close the Excel. It's a very simple one, very simple bot, just to demonstrate a bit. Okay, Anibal? You can go on.
Fernando. Thank you very much. Let me continue with the next slide here. Okay, finally, we have prepared some, okay, can you hear me well? Prepared some material here for you to wants to learn more, okay? First, keep your eyes on the market and also open your ears to your customers, okay? Understand what our customer needs. So instead of, oh, I create a robot here, so just talk with the key user, your key user, and then we will, with a few minutes of conversation, we may find a lot of ideas, a lot of cases to to create your own bots. Okay, I prepared here some information from the the big research companies like Gartner, like Forrester, like ISG. So if you see, this is recent study from Gartner about adoption plans for emerging technologies. The RPA was the second one. The first one was this is complicated. So digital workplace to support working from home, because it's very important for the moment that we are living, right? So this is for specific research for Brazil. Okay, so my friends from Brazil, so it's RPA time. Okay, for us as well, we have a good study about robotic process automation for this first quarter of 2021. And then SAP has involved from a contender from a strong performer. SAP is doing a lot of important investment and innovation in terms of RPA. Okay, so it's important to keep monitoring all the news about that. So it's we may find some good stuff for you. Okay. Read SAP guides, SAP guides. Sorry, guys. So read SAP guides on Help Portal. We have a lot of good information. Okay, SAP is becoming more and more better on the documentation. Okay, to support us IT to create things. So we have a installation guide, an administration guide, a desktop agent user guide, security guide. We have a lot of guides there. We also have on the SAP site a how to buy guide. We have some explanation about licensing, all the, how it works. So take a look. OpenSAP, there's a very good free course there with RPA 2.0. Okay, good suggestion as well. Intelligent RPA community, we have a specific site on that. Okay, on our SAP community website. For partners, there's a specific group on SAP Jam, okay, for Intelligent RPA. So please take a look as well. We may find a lot of good information with direct of other members. So it's a very good suggestion to learn more. Podcast, yeah, we have a podcast for Intelligent RPA as well. So if you want to run and hear, so you can check on Coffee Corner Radio. We have a lot of good episodes there about IRPA. Okay. Additional links. I like this too because the low code, no code development. Okay. This is a good one, and also how SAP empowers developers with the updates. Okay, because it's important to understand. Yeah, Intelligent RPA is a tool for developers. I am a developer as well, Fernando as well. So it's important to understand. I had the opportunity to talk with some colleagues of developers, and the feedback that I have about people that are using RPA technology is that it's very easy to automate. You don't need to spend a lot of time creating source code from scratch. Even if you use some frameworks that are available, if you use some, good tools for that. And also even people that is for functional consultants as well that have a good, logic, business logic way of thinking. You can automate. Sometimes you may not depend on or developer or ABAP or Fiori developer, or because you can use, it's a workflow, because if you need to design your process, you can design here on the Intelligent RPA tool, and then you can automate for your key user, So functional consultants, please also pay attention to this tool. Maybe you can make use of that as well. Okay. Follow the RPA experts. We have Peter here, that we have Rutik here. We also have other people that I usually take a look on what they are publishing. It's very good for our community. Okay. That is all, guys. So I hope you like it, what we prepared here for you. I hope you like it, our friend, so Anibal, the text-to-speech bot that we have created. I hope you enjoy the tips, okay? the knowledge that we were able to share with you. And again, here's my contacts. If you want to know more about that, please send me a message. And now I think we can open for questions. Okay, this last minutes that we have here.
Fine. Thank you very much, Anibal. Well, I have a question from my end here. What about the SAP solution for RPA and other solutions from the market? What about the main point that differs SAP solution from others?
Okay, so let me see if I understand. The question is about the comparing SAP to other RPA
Yes,
tools.
it's a comparison, sorry.
Okay. We have, we have good tools on the market as well. For instance, we have YPath, we have Automation Aware, we have WDG of IBM. I had the opportunity to create bots with Automation Aware, okay? With robot framework as well. We have some experience here at Prime Control, okay? And also with YPath and other tools. But what I can see, of course, intelligent RPA is something new for me, okay? For me, for Fernando. But what I are seeing is what it makes, the attention that we have is that it's very easy to interact with intelligent RPA. So comparing, for instance, the experience that I had with Automation Aware, my first impression was that intelligent RPA is more intuitive than Automation Aware, for instance. Okay. YPath, I didn't have the opportunity to see directly, but myself speaking. But again, the high value that we have with SAP is that the integration that we may have with S4 or other SAP products is something that we will need to take in consideration. Okay. For instance, for Solution Manager, that we have a very good automation tool as well for testing, like I mentioned, the CBTA. You can consume data directly from the process that you have on the tree, on the solution documentation. So you don't need to create from scratch if you have a third-party tool, okay? So my suggestion, if you want to have some automation for SAP, it's important to take a look on intelligent RPA. I think it's probably will be the best option for you. And also the Gartner, the Forrester, and also some researching companies, they have good comparisons between players. You know, you can enter on Gartner website and you can select 2 vendors and then they have a comparison. So I suggest you should take a look on that to get more information about comparison of tools. Okay.
Well, in case you know lots of different solutions from SAP as well, do you think coding, quantity of coding, additional coding in the solution is an impact amongst the solutions in comparison with SAP?
So I was not able to understand myself. Can you speak?
Well, I mean,
louder for me.
If the coding you see customizing a buffer and so and programmer language that we can insert in RPA solution. I mean, in other solutions than SAP, other than SAP. Do you think, in comparison, we have more customizing codings in SAP than other in market, or do you think it's not relevant? All tools are in an equal stage like this.
No, I think we'll have small amount of about comparison of platforms. I think the amount of code that you need to do or not, I think they will not be so different. Okay. So of course, if you automate with RPA tool, it's better than start from scratch with a programming language, for instance, right? So you have no low code or even no code. But comparison to other tools, I think what is the main difference here is I thought that intelligent RPA is more intuitive, you know, more easy to use. Okay, but in terms of more or less code, I think it's a little bit it's quite similar. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. We are ready. Thank you, Anibal. Thank you for your great presentation. Very informative. Thank you, Fernando, for your demonstration. Okay. I hope
Okay.
see you in many
Thank you.
others online events or on-site events. Maybe let's see further.
Sure. Thank you very much.
much.
Thank you, Marcel. Thank you, Fernando. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, everyone. So, see you.
All
Let's keep
right.
in touch.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.